Alright, so today let's talk about the future of medieval carnage. Because if you thought brutal sword fights and gritty realism peaked already, think again. The next wave of upcoming medieval games is taking brutality to a whole new level with ultra-realistic graphics that'll leave your jaw on the floor. Here are 25 of the most brutal upcoming medieval games you seriously need to keep your eye on. Set in the rediscovered continent of Aurora, ArcheAge Chronicles is an ambitious online action RPG launching in 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Built with Unreal Engine 5, it blends fast-paced combat, deep lore, and expansive exploration. Players can engage in large-scale raids, master life skills like farming and crafting, and build homes in vibrant, player-driven towns too. The game's dynamic economy and strategic PvP mechanics promise a rich multiplayer experience. With a refined combo-based combat system and a seamless open world, ArcheAge Chronicles aims to redefine the MMORPG genre.
In your kind. Prove yourself. If you survive this trial, perhaps you might become one.
Chronicles. Medieval is a sprawling sandbox RPG set in a brutal yet beautiful medieval Europe, launching in early access on PC in 2026. Developed by Raw Power Games using Unreal Engine 5, it blends real-time strategy, intense melee combat, and deep RPG systems. Players start from humble beginnings, forging their legacy through diplomacy, castle building, and commanding historical units like English longbowmen or French cavalry. With dynamic sieges, evolving alliances, and moddable content, the game promises a living world shaped by player choices. Its handcrafted visuals and immersive storytelling aim to redefine medieval warfare and sandbox gameplay.
I became like them. I took up the sword, prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death. But that's just my story. Go write your own.
Chrono Odyssey is a next-gen fantasy MMORPG developed by NPixel, set to release in late 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Built with Unreal Engine 5, it features a seamless open world called Cetera, where players wield the Chronotector, an artifact that manipulates time to alter combat and exploration. Expect dynamic battles, deep character customization, and rich lore shaped by fractured timelines and a war against the void. With diverse biomes, challenging dungeons, and a player-driven economy, Chrono Odyssey aims to redefine MMO storytelling through time-bending mechanics and immersive world building.
Some say time stops for no one. Neither man nor God, living nor dead. Yet what then of those who deigned to turn back the hands of fate? To save what remains of our broken worlds, you need only take my hand. Return to the past, where your journey awaits.
Crimson Desert is a gritty open-world action RPG from Pearl Abyss, launching in late 2025 for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Mac OS. Set in the war-torn continent of Pywell, players follow Cliff Macduff, a mercenary caught in a power vacuum after the king's coma. The game blends visceral melee combat, mounted battles, and physics-driven interactions with a rich narrative shaped by personal choices. Powered by the BlackSpace engine, it features dynamic weather, destructible environments, and fantastical elements like dragons and magical portals. With no online requirements, Crimson Desert delivers a mature, story-driven single-player experience.
To correct this. I had my own mission, seeking out my Greenland comrades.
What I can tell you now is that this mission will restore the disrupted providence.
For those who have died, for those who have survived, and for those who will live on. This is our mission.
Fable is a whimsical action RPG reboot from Playground Games, set to release in 2026 for Xbox Series X and S and PC. Built on the ForzaTech engine, it reimagines the beloved Albion with stunning visuals, cheeky British humor, and a renewed focus on player choice. You'll shape your hero's destiny through moral decisions, combat legendary beasts, and explore lush towns and magical forests. With cinematic set pieces, swordplay, fireball magic, and even chicken kicking, Fable blends classic charm with modern RPG mechanics. Expect a rich narrative, eccentric characters, and a world that reacts to your every move.
I mean, sure, you get your mega fans,
You are like literally my favourite person.
your haters,
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
your chancers, and the occasional giant toad, for some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
You thought you could save her?
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, doesn't it? Really, stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey? She's back.
I'm going to fix it, this place. And no one is going to stand in my way.
Game of Thrones: War for Westeros is a premium real-time strategy game launching in 2026 for PC, developed by Playside Studios. Set in the iconic Seven Kingdoms, players command factions like House Stark, Lannister, Targaryen, or the Night King in brutal battles for the Iron Throne. Featuring asymmetric units, dragons, giants, siege engines, and hero characters such as Jon Snow and Daenerys, the game blends tactical warfare with shifting alliances and betrayals. With solo and PvP modes, players can rewrite the saga's ending, forging their own path through Westeros' political chaos and legendary battlegrounds.
This is your legacy. You decide who wins and who dies.
God Save Birmingham is a brutal medieval zombie survival game set in 14th century England, launching in 2025 for PC Early Access, with console versions to follow. Developed by Ocean Drive Studio and Cacao Games, it drops players into a plague-ridden Birmingham where the undead roam cobbled streets and timber-framed homes. You play as the last survivor, scavenging for food, crafting weapons, and using physics-based mechanics to barricade doors or trip zombies with furniture. The game emphasizes realism. Limb injuries, hunger, thirst, and disease all affect survival. With a historically accurate town layout and sandbox gameplay, God Save Birmingham offers a fresh, gritty twist on the zombie genre. Gothic Remake is a modern reimagining of the cult classic 2001 RPG, developed by Alchemia Interactive and set to release in 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Built with Unreal Engine 5, it revives the gritty world of the Valley of Mines, where players, as the nameless hero, navigate a prison colony ruled by factions and chaos. The remake features a 20-30% larger world, revamped combat, expanded lore, especially about orcs, and dynamic NPC routines. With branching quests, faction alignment, and a reactive environment, Gothic Remake blends nostalgia with modern RPG mechanics, aiming to honor the original while enhancing immersion and storytelling.
You have a good day, too. Don't have fucking excuses. You think this is a joke or what? Any reason you're still bleeding? Stop! What's it, you idiot? What a fool. One at a time, boys. There's the life. But you had your share, mate. Get lost. Get lost. Nobody wants. Oi, you twat! What was that? Sorry, you fucking twat! Mess him up! Bring it on! Time to put that booty to good use. Still taking bets? Sure. That's a big boy! Come on, fry him! Yeah! I really thought you could get away with this, eh? Wait.
Hunger is a hardcore PvPvE first-person horror extraction RPG launching in early access for PC in 2025. Set in plague-ravaged Napoleonic Europe, players choose unique survivors to scavenge, fight, and endure amid grotesque horrors and rival factions. Developed by Good Fun Corporation, it features brutal ranged and melee combat, deep RPG progression, and persistent character development across expeditions. With no forced wipes, a player-driven economy, and a social hub called the Chateau, Hunger blends survival, crafting, and storytelling into a grim, atmospheric world where death is never the worst fate.
A gold coin, or two.
No. Deep within these folds of flesh, you and I both know. Death has judged us rightly. For we are but beasts, unworthy of salvation.
Kingmakers is a chaotic action strategy sandbox game launching in early access for PC on October 8, 2025, with console versions expected in 2026. Developed by Redemption Road and published by TinyBuild, it throws a modern soldier into medieval England to rewrite history and prevent an apocalypse. Players wield assault rifles, drive tanks, and call in airstrikes against knights and castles, blending third-person shooting with large-scale, real-time battles. Featuring co-op for up to 4 players, dynamic AI, and base-building mechanics, Kingmakers offers a wild mashup of historical warfare and futuristic firepower in a fully simulated battlefield.
Our people a future. I hope he can save his own.
Norse, Oath of Blood is a turn-based tactical RPG set in Viking Age Norway, launching in 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. You play as Gunnar, a young warrior exiled after his father, Jarl Gripper, is slain by the ruthless Steinar Farspear. Tasked with rebuilding his shattered clan, Gunnar must forge alliances, manage a growing settlement, and lead a warband in strategic battles shaped by terrain, unit synergy, and flanking. Written by best-selling author Giles Christian, the game blends historical authenticity with a gripping narrative of vengeance, loyalty, and survival in a brutal, atmospheric world.
Gunnar, I want to talk to you, and I think you'll like it.
This will fit beautifully.
There is something about you, Gunnar Grimson. Perhaps it is the favor of the gods that I sense.
Your woman hits me harder when she's riding my serpent!
Lord of Ravens, I will kill him. I swear it. Steinar Farspear will die!
Of Ashen Steel is a gritty third-person open-world RPG launching in 2025 for PC, developed by Fire and Frost and published by TinyBuild. Set on the ash-choked island of Greyshaft, you play as Tristan, a cartographer thrust into chaos after a volcanic eruption and a doomed royal expedition. With no quest markers or level scaling, the game emphasizes exploration, survival, and methodical combat using stances and timing. Players evolve through 3 skill trees: war, survival, and crafting, while NPCs react dynamically to your growth. Inspired by Gothic and The Witcher, it blends old-school RPG charm with modern design and dark humor.
They're looking for someone who hasn't returned from the moors. A part of the island is covered in frost at any time of the year, and even the ancient volcano can't break the shackles of winter. Some Greyshaftians treat the island as a living being. They warn against waking it up when it falls asleep. Those who work from dawn to dusk rush to the safety of their homes before the creatures of the dark come out. Plenty of dangers await within the city walls, too. Dangers that are hard to avoid even in broad daylight. The weather here is as capricious as life itself. A soothing breeze may grow into a squall, drowning the island in lashing rain. Even now, I can feel the storm coming. You must never lower your guard on Greyshaft. The beasts are bloodthirsty, the monsters are ruthless, and scavengers are fighting for every piece of meat on a bone. And have you seen the local bugs? Cursed abominations! Even the well-trodden roads are swarming with bandits willing to kill for a handful of coins. Greyshaftians are quick to judge, and their judgment is stiff. Think before saying anything, and think twice before doing anything. I will have to be careful. Even the slightest mishap may lead to grave consequences. I hope that there still are some decent people here. The whole island can't be populated with bandits only, can it? I could join the Order of the Seven. The knights seem noble and skilled in battle. I also heard rumors about the Free Hunters, a group of brave men who bow before no one and believe in justice for all. And it's just a couple of many different factions vying for power in here. You never know who you'll meet next. This new world is tempting, and this temptation is hard to resist. Greyshaft may not look too inviting, but it warms up to those with a brave heart and a curious mind. Everyone finds their share of discoveries here, and only the one knows what his...
Project Awakening is a high fantasy action RPG developed by Cygames, currently in development for PS5 and PC. Originally announced for PS4, it's evolved into a visually stunning open-world experience powered by the Solasta engine. Players explore a monster-infested realm inspired by Monster Hunter and Dragon's Dogma, with real-time combat, co-op multiplayer, and a focus on tactical battles against colossal beasts. Meanwhile, CCP Games is also developing a separate title called Project Awakening, a single-shard survival game set in the EVE Online universe, featuring blockchain integration and player-built systems. 2 games, 1 name, both pushing boundaries. Renown is a fast-paced medieval multiplayer survival game launching in Q3 2025 for PC, developed by RDBK Studios. Set in a vast, ever-evolving open world, players start with nothing and must gather resources, build castles, and battle rival clans to become legendary. With skill-based first-person combat, siege warfare, and full-loot PvP, every encounter is intense and unforgiving. The game features dynamic building, crafting, and social politics, allowing players to form groups, claim land, and customize everything from armor to banners. Whether farming, forging, or raiding, Renown offers a brutal sandbox where reputation is everything. Resonance. A Plague Tale Legacy is a prequel action-adventure game from Asobo Studio, launching in 2026 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with day-one access via Game Pass. Set 15 years before Requiem, it follows Sophia, a fierce young plunderer, as she uncovers her past on the mythical Minotaur Island. Players shift between medieval and ancient Minoan timelines, solving light-based puzzles, battling enemies with parries and finishers, and surviving a haunting presence tied to the Macula Curse. With myth, combat, and fate entwined, Resonance expands the Plague Tale universe with a darker, puzzle-rich journey.
Now. On crumbling ruins, a man in padded armor charges the woman with a sword. She swiftly knifes him in the gut. In an arena, a figure in gold armor with a red crest enters, striding confidently across the sand. In the cavern, the curly-haired woman creeps along a passageway. 4 dots are tattooed between her eyebrows, and a dark line extends below her lips. She peers around a corner, then flees down twisting stairways. A shape pursues her down a grand hall, extinguishing torchlight in its wake. The woman stands before a massive horned silhouette, which sits motionless with the glowing ropes draped over its hunched form. Title: Resonance, a Plague Tale Legacy.
Solasta 2 is a tactical turn-based RPG launching in early access for PC in 2025, developed by Tactical Adventures as a sequel to Solasta, Crown of the Magister. Set decades later, players guide a new party of adventurers across Neokos, a perilous mana-infused continent threatened by the enigmatic Shadwin. Built on the updated 2024 D&D 5e rule set, the game features deep character creation, vertical combat, and co-op multiplayer for up to 4 players. With expanded exploration, dynamic environments, and a darker narrative rooted in legacy and corruption, Solasta 2 aims to deliver a faithful tabletop experience with modern CRPG depth. Soulframe is a free-to-play fantasy MMORPG from Digital Extremes, creators of Warframe, set to release in 2025 for PC. Unlike its sci-fi sibling, Soulframe embraces nature, restoration, and exploration in a mystical world called Midrath. Players become envoys, rogue skyfolk, who wield magic, parry foes, and interact with the environment through music and ancient relics. Combat is slower and more tactical, with skill trees like courage, grace, and spirit shaping playstyles. Procedural dungeons, shape-shifting enemies, and animal companions like wolves and birds enrich the experience. With Prelude's playtests ongoing, Soulframe promises a soulful journey through a world scarred by corruption.
Or yield to it. Once you've learned, that is a choice only you can make. Forget it. Even if they find you, even if they sing their song, the magic, it's in you. Yours. Like the wind.
The Blood of Dawnwalker is a single-player, open-world dark fantasy RPG launching in 2026 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Developed by Rebel Wolves, led by The Witcher 3 director Konrad Tomaszkiewicz, it follows Cohen, a cursed man who becomes a Dawnwalker, human by day, vampire by night. Set in the plague-ridden kingdom of Vale Sangora, players have 30 days to save Cohen's family from the vampire lord Brentsis. With branching quests, moral dilemmas, and a dynamic day-night cycle that alters gameplay and powers, the game blends swordplay, ritual magic, and vampiric abilities in a richly detailed narrative sandbox.
No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand
The Witcher 4 is the next chapter in CD Projekt Red's acclaimed RPG saga, launching in 2027 at the earliest for PC and consoles. Built with Unreal Engine 5, it stars Ciri as the protagonist, exploring her journey to become a full-fledged Witcher. Set years after Wild Hunt, players traverse a darker, more brutal continent shaped by superstition, sacrifice, and monstrous threats. The game promises no fetch quests, emphasizing meaningful choices and mature themes. With a new School of the Lynx, dynamic combat, and a cinematic narrative, The Witcher 4 kicks off a fresh trilogy while honoring the legacy of Geralt, who may still appear.
Fate cannot be changed. You cannot change anything.
The village! This tradition! I was chosen to bring salvation! So thank you!
She were to go to the woods. The chosen one. His tradition.
Oh no, no, no.
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
Vindictus Defying Fate is a brutal action RPG from Nexon, launching for PC with console versions to follow. A spiritual successor to the 2010 MMORPG Vindictus, it trades MMO roots for a Souls-like experience with reactive, skill-based combat. Players master dodges, counters, and stagger mechanics across diverse characters like Lan, Fiona, Delia, and Karok. Set in a Celtic-inspired world, it features cinematic boss fights, companion NPCs, and a hub village for crafting and progression. With alpha testing underway and no official release date yet, Defying Fate promises intense battles, expressive customization, and a gripping narrative where every strike matters. And that's it for today's brutal lineup of upcoming medieval madness. Let me know in the comments which one you're most hyped for, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss more insane game drops coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.